Hi, I'm Rob. Welcome to your Daily Constitution. I am coming to you from the Rethink Home Studios in Anchorage, Alaska. So if you have a moment, take a look at rethinkhome.net. We have a lot of really cool stuff in here. There is furniture, there is a ton of artwork, and all kinds of just interesting things from all around the world. So if you have a moment, rethinkhome.net. Come by us if you're here in Anchorage at 322 Fireweed Lane. So, as I said, this is your daily Constitution where we're going to take a little bit of the Constitution each day and read it. We'll look at it an article at a time, section by section, and just take a short video each day until we get all the way through it. We're going to read it straight through. We'll look at when items are changed by amendments, but we're not going to go look at those amendments until we get to the amendment section, and then we'll go back and look at what they changed. So, sit back and enjoy, and let's get started with your daily Constitution. We've made it through the first 7 articles of the Constitution, and so now it's time for the amendments. And the first 10 amendments of the Constitution is the Bill of Rights. So let's take a look at those. Before we get started reading them, let's just take a little bit of how it happened. Initially there was no Bill of Rights, or there was no real listing of rights that the citizens had. And so there were a few of the framers of the Constitution that said, this should be in there. The Massachusetts Constitution is a big influence on the U.S. Constitution. And in that one, their Bill of Rights, their rights of their citizens, is the first thing that's listed. So for this for the U.S. Constitution not to have it, there were a few folks that said, no, I think we're going to have something. So one of the framers of the Constitution, by the name of George Mason, even refused to sign it because it did lack a Bill of Rights. And then James Madison is actually one of the most vocal opponents of the initial Bill of Rights. But he came around and he said, no, we actually have it. So he's the one that drafted the first bills. There were 17 amendments that were presented. The Senate changed the joint resolution. So the Senate changed it to 12 amendments. And then they sent those 12 amendments off to the states, and they ratified 10 of them. And then later on, we'll get into it that they actually ratified more than 10, but that's for another story, another time. So let's go ahead and let's get the Constitution up here, and let's read the Bill of Rights. So Article 1. And let me pull it up down here. Sorry, I'm working on 2 different computers here, so got to bear with me here. All right, Article 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, of the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Article 2. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Article 3. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That's an important one. Article 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or the property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. That is a big article right there. So let's go back and kind of look at the footnotes that we have there. And I'm sure it's probably a lot of the same things we just talked about, but let's go ahead and look at them. Articles, in addition to an amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America proposed by Congress, ratified by the legislatures of the several states pursuant to the 5th article of the original Constitution. Footnote 12. So let's scroll down here and look at footnote 12. We'll kind of blow it up a little bit there so you can see it, maybe. There we go. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution of the United States and 2 others, one of which failed of ratification and the other which later became the 27th Amendment, were proposed to the legislatures of the several states by the first Congress on September 25, 1789. First 10 amendments were ratified by the following states, and the notifications of ratifications by the governors thereof were successively communicated by the President to Congress. New Jersey, November 20th, 1789. Maryland, December 19th, 1789. North Carolina, December 22nd, 1789. South Carolina, January 19th, 1790. New Hampshire, January 25th, 1790. Delaware, January 28th, 1790. New York, February 24th, 1790. Pennsylvania, March 10th, 1790. Rhode Island, June 7th, 1790. Vermont, November 3rd, 1791. And Virginia, December 15th, 1791. Ratification was completed on December 15th, 1791. And then not until 1939 did the other states ratify. Massachusetts, Georgia, and Connecticut decided in 1939, hey, we should probably maybe ratify the Bill of Rights. It might be something we should do. And then the second footnote, which was, I saw it, Article 1, only the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th articles of amendment had numbers assigned to them at the time of ratification. Oh, so, okay. All right, so Article 6. Let's scroll down up here. We can probably do that a little bit. Okay, Article 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witness in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Article 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of a trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of common law. Let's scroll down here. Article 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Article 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Article 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So there we go. And then Article 11, the judicial. So let's look at the footnote here. The 11th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States were proposed to the legislatures of the several states by the Third Congress on the 4th of March, 1794, was declared in a message from the President of Congress dated the 8th of January, 1798, to have been ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the states. Dates of ratification were 1794, bunch of 1794s, and then a little bit of 1795. Okay. Article 11, the judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state or by citizens or subject of any foreign state. So that was the Bill of Rights plus one. So we did a Bill of Rights plus one more, the 11th. So there we go. There is your daily constitution. Thank you for hanging out, and we shall catch you on the next one.